What's up guys, today we've got the Mars 400S Pro, which is the latest transmitter from Hollyland. It costs $649 US and it features both SDI and HDMI connections. So this is pretty much the successor to the original Mars 400S transmitter. So let's take a look at the new design. And here we have it, the Mars 400S Pro. And in my personal opinion, I think this is the best design that Hollyland has done yet. It looks really cool. It actually isn't black, it's kind of like a dark blue color, so it's the same color as the Mars 300 Pro. What's really cool is that the transmitter has a red cold shoe mount, while the receiver has a blue cold shoe attachment. So this is really cool when you're on set and you're gonna set up your transmitters. You know which one to grab and put on the camera and which one to put on your director's monitor. Hollyland also includes a power brick, and this is really cool because you can power either the transmitter or the receiver depending on which one is stationary. And last but not least, we do get 5 antennas, so we do have one spare, which is cool to see. And now for the most satisfying part, taking off the screen protector. Here we go. So there's a few ways to power these transmitters. One way is of course with the MPF batteries. They just slide on the back. And they do get a little bit bigger, of course, but you can use the smaller or bigger batteries depending on what you want to do with these and how long you want them to last. But there's also 2 other ways. So of course with the cable you've seen before, but you can also power these with a USB power bank. So if you already have a battery pack on your camera, such as like a V-mount battery like this, you can plug it into the USB-C port on the back of the transmitter or receiver and just turn it on with the switch, and now we do have it running. So on the front you'll find 3 buttons for controlling the different channels and menu settings, and this is the Mars 400S Pro, so that means the range of this is 400 feet, so that's roughly 120 meters. And the S stands for SDI. So on the side we have the SDI port for bigger cameras such as ARRI or RED. And behind we have the HDMI port, which can go to your DSLR cameras. On top we have the USB-C port, which we can use for powering the device. We have the on-off switch and also a DC port to plug it into power. So I've been told that the lowest achievable latency on these devices is 0.08 seconds. The Mars 400S Pro also supports 1 transmitter with 2 receivers, and also up to 4 real-time app monitoring. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with my Mars 300 Pro up above my camera, and it's hooked up to my iPad so I can see my shot right there. And if I want to adjust any lighting, for example in the background, I can basically just take this with me and, you know, have a good look at what everything looks like. A thing that I like doing is taking my iPad here, sticking it to the wall, and then I can adjust all my lights and lighting, and I can see what I'm doing and how it's gonna look in the final shot. I think the apps are really cool because you don't have to carry the receiver with you. You just connect to the Wi-Fi signal from the transmitter, and as long as you're within the Wi-Fi signal range, you'll be able to see the screen. And also the app does have a lot of other functions such as putting on zebras or histogram, waveform, and false color, which is really handy when you're setting up lights in a studio. You can also use the app to update the Mars 400S Pro with the latest firmware. And the Mars 400S Pro also supports live streaming through a PC. And like all the other Hollyland transmitters, this also has the channel scan, which will show you which channels have the least interference for the best signal and quality. I'll definitely check out Mars 400S Pro if you're looking for video transmitters at the moment. I have been using Mars 400 and 300 Pro. They're really helpful on set to hook up to director's monitor and monitor what we are doing at a distance. And also during these times, if your production requires social distancing, this system is perfect for that. The only thing that this transmitter doesn't have is a HDMI loop out. This means you won't be able to use an on-camera monitor unless the monitor has an HDMI in and out port, such as the Theolord LUT7S. Also, a cool thing about these transmitters is that you can use them for literally anything that uses HDMI. So you can plug one into your computer and wirelessly transmit a video feed to your TV in 1080p. So there's a lot of cool possibilities with this setup, even outside of filmmaking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little preview of Hollyland's latest transmitters. Stay tuned for more filmmaking gear reviews and content, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace!